Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with the January 2025 update. And this is for the YouTube channel and also the website. Welcome. Welcome to you all and a happy new year to everybody. It's wonderful being able to sit here and know that I've got so much support and so many of you have reached out to me in kind messages and comments and shares and likes and across all the different places that I've set this up. And it really is rather marvellous, I have to say. I didn't think that I'd even be at this position a year ago, and I have. And I know there's a long way to go, but I feel really confident that in 2025, I can hopefully share more music with you, more videos, more insight, and we can just have a bit of fun. I think that's really all I want to do. For those of you who don't know who I am, you've just found this because YouTube has suggested you might want to listen to me. Welcome. What this is an online community. And it came about because I love buying records, I love buying CDs, I love going to record shops. And I was reaching a point where I was buying something and I just wanted to share a new album I'd bought or a new band I discovered. And a lot of my friends had stopped buying records and CDs. They were streaming or they just, life had intervened and they just didn't have the same kind of sense of wonder that it may have had. And we all change. It happens to all of us. That's absolutely fine. But I missed it. I really missed, sometimes going down the pub after work, having a couple of beers, talking about a new album I'd heard or reviewing sounds and someone telling me about who was a band that was supporting another band. And I was genuinely excited and wanted to know more about them. So I thought, is it possible to kind of do that online and maybe find that there are other people in the world that still do buy CDs or records and have a chat to them and find out what they think about music. But it had to be the idea of being in a pub. So you talk to each other like friends. Because I know the internet is not always a place for that. Social media can be a cruel, dark place, and the world's dark enough anyway. The news is pretty dark, and this has got to always be for me a light in the darkness. And so that's how I set it up, was thinking as I'm talking to you now, I'm imagining I'm talking to a couple of mates around a table. The fact there might be several thousand of you is neither here or there really, but that's the kind of feeling I had. So that's how it grew. And then I realised there was actually quite a lot of people that still bought CDs and records, and that's how it started. And I grew up on rock, okay? I grew up on rock and roll. Well, rock music, I guess. And now I don't know what I don't like anymore. As I've got older, my range of tastes has grown. And I love CDs. I love vinyl. So I am also a multi-format man. And I know that I've also meant that the way I talk here has meant that some of you out there have also bought turntables recently. But it's not some mysterious magic I'm doing here that's making you all kind of move towards buying records. I love CDs, and any time the press says anything about the CD being dead, I will be on them. Because I love CDs, I love box sets, I love all physical media, and this whole venture was designed to really support the bands that still think, shall we release a CD? Please do, or a record. And so, yes, I support all physical music, whether it's CD or vinyl. And I'm going to have to do a couple of videos on cassettes, aren't I, really, I think. But that's very important to me. I also know that as this grows, I have responsibility to new artists and new bands and trying to give them a platform to be heard as well. But it's having this sense of wonder, as I've said before, about being excited about listening to new things. And it does get harder as you get older for some of us, where we start to think, I know what I like, me, and I just want to keep listening to that and talking about that. So I'm always pushing myself out of a comfort zone. But I've got some fantastic shows coming up. I am tweaking things, I have to say. I am tweaking things a bit. I do lots of reviews, as many of you have realised, and sometimes I look at my list of reviews and I think I just got to get my reviews done, and then I can move on and do a big feature on a band that I really want to talk about, a ranking video or a beginner's guide or a storytelling video about, background story about what's going on. And I thought I really want to also focus on appreciating what we have. I'm very aware that not all of us can afford to keep buying things. And I do get some things kindly sent to me, sometimes by a record label and sometimes by a subscriber or someone who just thinks I'd like Phil to talk about that. But most of the time, I buy it myself. But I want to also make sure that I'm enjoying the stuff that is around me. So that's how I want to do this balance. So reviews are going to be basically once a month in a new video called The Review Show. Sometimes that might be 3 records, CDs, or it might be a dozen. But I think this is better also for some of the artists, because especially the newer ones. I did an experiment last year where I put some newer bands I've been listening to in my playlist video. And because of that, they had more views than if I'd done a separate little video on them. And I feel that just doing a separate video for a single CD or a vinyl record is a bit over the top, really. And I think some of you might think, well, no, I'd prefer to watch a little tiny thing. But I think you look at the title and think yes or no. But I think I'll do a review show. More people watch it. I can talk more around the releases and how they all interlink and a bit of background as well. And I just feel that is going to be good. If it's a substantial box set with a big lid and a big book, I should continue to do standalone video reviews for those with a camera pointing down, and I'll go through every single page and everything that's in it. I'm also very honest about what I do here. It's very important to me. This is a very positive place. As I said earlier, it's a light in the dark of what you find on social media. But I am honest. If I feel a record label has not put something together fan first through the eyes of a fan of what really, really makes us want to reach into our pockets to buy something, I will point that out, as many of you have seen with some of the things I covered last year. But as regards to the music and the musicians that make this art form that I absolutely adore, I will always be supportive. If it's something it's just completely I don't get at the moment, it won't be on my show yet. But it's very difficult for me to think about what I don't get at the moment, because so many things just come round. The amount of things that I talk about that if you'd asked me that in my youth, I would have gone, nah. But everything, whenever I do here, is based on, will it help? Is it kind? Will it make someone smile? That is really the kind of my maxim for what I do here. And if it doesn't tick those boxes, I don't do it. So also, apart from the review show, is my playlist show, which is one of my most popular videos, isn't it? And that really does happen organically, where I'm playing things, I'm here at home, this is what I do full time, this isn't a side gig, I do this. And whatever I've been playing, I put to one side in my pile, and that pile becomes the playlist video. Usually happens towards the end of the week for obvious reasons. But I think that I'm going to do that. It really is going to be every week. The other videos that are going to be monthly are the music and mental health one. And I know a lot of you have come on board from seeing those. So thank you. The podcast is going to change. The Meet the Collector series will be monthly. Even when I talk to artists, there's going to be elements of that brought in as well. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. There's also going to be a Now Spinning Magazine panel. This will be like a review panel. And also there'll be like a jazz crew and looking at different genres as well. And that's open to all patrons and YouTube members. And of course, by releasing my more time up because of the review show, there's going to be more features, longer features, ranking videos on albums, bands, tracks, beginners guides, background stories, all of those things. And I've got absolutely lots and lots of those planned and great ideas for them as well. And also a lot of the videos will be available on Apple podcasts and also on Spotify, as I've realised a lot of you are listening and not just watching. And finally, for those of you who can support me by becoming a patron or a YouTube member, there are proper perks now as we enter 2025. And they are, you can join the Facebook group. It's a private community of like-minded people where there's no drama, no snarky remarks, full of people that just love music and talk about anything, any format, any genre, and just have a great time. You can join that. There's also a WhatsApp group, which is made up of several groups within the community, which has special groups for new release news, special deals and offers that I find out about. There's also a chit-chat room and all sorts of things. That is open, again, specifically for patrons and YouTube members. We have a pub called the Now Spinning Arms, a virtual pub where we meet twice a month for an hour to talk about music. That is also open to patrons and YouTube members. And of course, as I said, there's the new panel teams as well. And you'll also get a discount off Now Spinning magazine, merchandise, t-shirts and mugs, etc. If you can't do that, please subscribe. I know from looking at my stats, unbelievably, 70% of my most regular viewers, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of you, haven't subscribed to YouTube yet. Please do. It really does make a difference. Like, share, tell everyone about what I do here. But I really believe that music is a healer and the doctor. I really do. And what I want to do here is bring people together, talk about music I love, be amazed every day is a school day. There are some bands I know a fair bit about, and there are so many bands and musicians and types of music I don't. So I'd love it when you introduce me to things that I was unaware of. I'd love that. So it's keeping that sense of wonder. And as we enter 2025, as I said at the start, I wish all the best for you and your loved ones. Have a healthy new year. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for all of your support. Take care, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.